All right, we should be live. Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, November 28th. The time is 5:41 p.m. and the temperature is around 1 degree Celsius. And I see some people in the chat already. Hello, 21st Century. Nas, the Transit Kid. Thanks for tuning in. Harjot is here. And I am here at the ice rink at Mel Lastman Square. Action DJ. What's this all about? Luke Evans, Fun Video Fan, Marge is here. I was just up in the area recording a video and I thought, let's do a live stream after it. Why not? I like to walk. Ava Sinclair, Gertej, HBI, Jeanette Morales is here, the Sanity Machine, Michael Nguyen, Ricky, Sanjib. Okay, we're at the point where I can't keep up with all the chats. Yogi, Marie Palmer, Marco. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Oop, it is I gotta be careful because I have the microphone on a cable here. I can't reach it too far away, but a yellow toque kind of night. Brad Palmer's here. So, I really don't, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna unzip my coat and let this cable dangle on the outside. Mark Lang, hello. Vivian Johnson is here. I'm gonna slightly change my setup while I bounce my gimbal between my knees. So I was kind of hoping this would be a bit of a winter wonderland tonight with the ice rink open, but there's not much in the way of Christmas lights or a display, and there's no one on the rink. Although I think I saw in the City of Toronto site that it's open. Here comes some maintenance guys. Oh well, hopefully the next time I swing through here, it'll be a little more interesting than this. But North York used to be its own city before the megacity amalgamation, and this here was City Hall, and now it's the North York Civic Center. And they used to hold a New Year's celebration here and other big events. Now it's really just an afterthought in the grand scheme of things, but they've at least got this public rink set up. Sanjay and Kingston's here. Hello, Sanjay and Kingston. I'm going to slide a glove onto my right hand here. And we'll head up to Yonge Street in a minute. Hello. It's open tonight?
No.
No?
It'll open again tomorrow. We have to repaint it, so
oh.
Gotta seal it now.
Cool.
That'll be good.
Thank you. So apparently it is not open right now, but it'll be open tomorrow. I stand corrected, but it might have been open earlier today, from the sounds of it. And there is Yonge Street straight ahead. I'll take one last look at the ice surface here. So I stand corrected, not open, but will be tomorrow. Adam says, how's my day? My day's been good. I went a little hard on the edibles last night. I slept in. Well, I woke up, went to my premiere. Yeah, I opened up my laptop, watched my premiere, went back to bed, woke back up around 12:30. Threw a video up on TikTok. So that's all I did. Then I came out and I recorded a video around North York tonight, and now we're doing a live stream. And I got to get home and get this video up on the channel for tomorrow. Mike Landry, hello. Johnny and everyone in the chat, $5. Thank you, Mike Landry, for your support. Thanks for the $5, Mike. Much appreciated on that. And what I'm gonna do, I think, is cross the street here. Because I just did a video walking south down this side of Yonge Street. So we're gonna walk down the other side just so I don't duplicate myself. And now we chill in the median until there's a break in traffic. I had a thought to go to the Wendy's across the street and grab a meal before I did this. Hello, Giselle. Neville says it's a beautiful night in North York. Oh, I think I'm supposed to read that to the tune of something. One of my big beefs with this neighborhood is how far apart the crossings are from one another. This is supposedly a developed urban center with a subway line underneath it. Yet, there's stretches where it feels like a kilometer apart between marked street crossings. What camera am I using? Just the iPhone. So we're just gonna go south from here, down Yonge Street, as far as that takes me. Maybe we'll head underneath Highway 401. It's a quiet night up here in the streets anyways. I'll come back another night when the ice rink is up and running. That's what I did, Novell. I picked the other side. The last part of the video I just recorded started or went from North York Center south down to Shepherd, but I was on that side of the street. And this on the left looks like some kind of Winners or Marshalls clone. Designer clothes outlet. Hello, Sheena. Konjiki ramen. Neville says the street here is so wide it could. Yeah, but the light rail doesn't really make sense with the subway line underneath. But what they are going to be doing is reducing 2 lanes of traffic, widening the sidewalks in a lot of areas, and adding bike lanes on either side of Yonge. That's a plan called Reimagining Yonge Street, and it's been approved by City Council. It was approved back in December of 2020. And the design's to be finalized between 2023 and 2025. Then in 2026, construction's supposed to start. But of course, once it's approved, signed for, and a done deal, a local Korean business association is kicking up a stink, saying that the bike lanes are going to be a disaster and that they need to run on Beecroft and Doris Avenue, an idea that was ridiculed a long time ago. In fact, the mayor of Toronto originally supported that idea, but he signed off on the current plans even. So I talked about that a bit in the video I recorded, and I showed off some signs in the windows of businesses here that are opposed to the bike lanes. Please don't build the bike lanes. We don't need more customers. All is well, Yahia. Johnny, what do I think of having Stadler kiss at the electrified GO train? I have no idea what you're talking about, Novell. Not a clue. Yeah, he says Doris Avenue is his street. Aubrey says, nice night for a walk. I thought so. I wanted to get here when it was still a bit light out. But my video ended up starting off just as it was getting dark. And if you're just joining us, we are in North York along Yonge Street in the Willowdale neighborhood, and there's a look to the north. Catherine says, I've been to your hood. One of these days you'll run out to say hi. People are always welcome to say hi on stream. Canada goose season. I'm more of a layers person. What's the temperature? It's about 1 degree Celsius. But it's a colder 1 degree Celsius than it was earlier. In fact, I think it was on the weekend. It was like 8 degrees. And even, or at that time it felt colder than this. It's really dependent on the wind. Raymond is watching this from across the street. Whoops, sorry, my gimbal just got a little drunk. Let me fix it. There we go. No, there will be no talk of tracking apps, Devin. Don't worry about that. This place looks pretty. I don't know, Susan, I didn't check. Mama's Pizza. This place on the left is quite excellent. Mr. Tonkatsu. There's a Kung Fu tea. And we're at Greenfield Avenue. Bucky says, why is matcha so popular? It beats me. I have no idea. What's the temperature? It's 1 degree. Just cold enough to slide a glove over my hand holding the gimbal. Jay says the fry on the right has the best fried chicken. The fry does have excellent fried chicken. During the pandemic, I ordered from them quite often over Uber Eats. And I think I went to the one on Bloor in the Annex not too long ago. There's the Young Shepherd Center on the left. Marge, $4 super sticker. Thank you very much for the super sticker, Marge. It looks like my thing is off. My little pop-up there. Let me just resize that. Thank you, Marge. And Mike Landry for your earlier support. I saw these in Amsterdam, these tiny little fold-up pedaling e-bikes. Susan asking if Winters is still here. There it is. I have not heard of that place. Aubrey says Five Guys. Five Guys has the best fries. I'll give them that. And here we are at Yonge and Shepherd. Shepherd Yonge Station is located at this corner. Oh, that's a neat sign above that HSBC bank. Where Strode meets Strode. And that's the look east. And along east for this stretch is the partially built Line 4. They really should have just built a dedicated busway. It would have been a lot cheaper. And probably more convenient. That was a colossal waste of money building part of a subway line that doesn't connect to anything. Thanks, Mel Lastman and Mike Harris, for that one. Raja says, holy, I live here. Is this New York? No, it's North York. There is the Hallmark Center. And going in across the street is a new development. And I do not know anything about it, but given that it's on the southwest corner of Yonge and Shepherd, and that there's tall towers all around it, I imagine that some monster condos will be going up there. I'm going to have to look that up. I'd be very surprised whatever was going there was under 50 stories. have a Whole Foods on the left. Do I watch the World Cup? Nope. It's the first year I can remember where I've just completely taken it off. So things are going to thin out and get a bit quieter as I head south here. Going to be heading towards North America's busiest freeway and then going right underneath it. Hey, look at this. Gold star. Rare Toronto drivers who know to wait and not enter an intersection that isn't clear to proceed. Holy shit, pigs do fly. Crispy says the building going up at Yonge and Shepherd will be a rental. That's neat. And if Ken were in the area, I think we'd find him across the street. There's a Burrito Boys over there. That's his favorite spot. Novella says they must be tourists. These people aren't tourists. They know to block the intersection. Hello from Greater Napanee. Hello, Alan. I got a notification on my phone and it was YouTube telling me I'm live. Thanks. Hey, Fogtown Cannabis. Whatever was in those edibles I took last night, those things knocked me out for the count. I took one on the stream, then I took the second one after. And I just slept like a log. It was really hard to even open my laptop up this morning. Hello, Howie Struggles. Oh, it is Go Bus City coming north here. Katie Cat from Georgetown. My aunt and uncle growing up used to live in Georgetown. Felt like driving out to the country back then. All right, now we get to the point where we're going to be crossing a highway in a few minutes. This place called Jingfu Tang across the street. Hello, Midnight Express. It also says, geez, all the sidewalk bikes. You could tell we need a bike lane. Well, most of winter in Toronto, I know it's still fall, but most of winter is like this on the streets. Clear and dry and perfectly safe to ride in. With more infrastructure in place, I have no doubt we'll see more people out utilizing bike lanes and riding around on two wheels in the winter. All right, so that concludes part one, the quote-unquote urban part of the live stream. Rainful, $2. Hey, Johnny, here's some money. Thank you. Thank you very much for the $2. Rainful. I like this sign here. Sidewalk, Yonge Street, south of Highway 401, go straight. Thank you, sign. Never would have figured that one out. Although, I bet there's been people that have been on the right side of this fence here and then found themselves going down the off-ramp. Oh. There's a chopper overhead. I think I've streamed this way twice before, if memory serves me correct. BHG says that highway looks scary. We should get a pretty good look at it pretty soon. Theoretically, could the camera phone get too cold to operate? I don't think so. Phones tend to heat up. But the battery sure won't last if it gets really cold. Jeanette, $5. Here's some more Monet. Money? Monet? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jeanette. As we walk into a bit of a void. Traffic moving westbound, not super fast. $90 miles per hour? I don't think that's very common, Ali BHG. That is, well, I guess that's what, about 150 kilometers per hour? That's about the fastest people go without getting into real trouble. Once you go over 50, you're looking at a pretty serious ticket. Bash Brannigan, $2.79. Here's some moolah. I don't know what this Monet and moolah is, but I appreciate it. I trust that our Google overlords will convert it into a sensible currency. Thank you, guys. I see some people rhyming. That lady just gave me stink eye. All right, so we're heading underneath 401. Brad Palmer, 5 for an IPA. Now you're speaking my language. Thank you, Brad Palmer. Thank you very much, Brad. It's funny you send that as my fridge is out of beer. Bucky Smith. Thank you, Bucky Smith. Oops, sorry. I just plugged on the cable there. So we are now south of Highway 401 in this pedestrian paradise in North York. We're heading up to the eastbound collectors lanes. Here comes someone jogging. It's pretty hardcore. There is both a bus and a subway that runs along Yonge Street. So if you want to circumvent this not so straightforward part of the walk, it is rather easy to do. Now we have to head up to the highway level. Rainfall, you hope I'm staying warm. Yeah, it's not that cold. I've got my hat on. We need a radar gun. Bucky Smith says, where are we? I am just south of Willowdale. That's it up there. Walking alongside a Highway 401 off-ramp. It looks like there might be some kind of commotion going on straight ahead. I see some emergency vehicle flashing lights in the westbound, what look to be express lanes. There we go, I think you guys can see them now. And just on my right is a golf course. Rainfall $2. They are tearing down our Eaton Center in Hamilton. Thank you for the $2. And sorry to hear that about your Eaton Center. Or maybe that's good news. But thanks for thanks for the support. Hey, no sidewalk on this side. We gotta cross. I better go now because I think we actually have the light. There we go. I know it can be quite a wait there sometimes. That's the Central Korean Adventist Church on the left. It's a ride program. All right, we're going downhill, down towards York Mills on the east side, Wilson on the west side, and Young, into the Hogs Hollow neighborhood. And then I'll be popping up in Young and Lawrence. And I'll be tempted to find some dinner while I'm there. I have not eaten yet. Jenny K is here. Hello, Jenny K. I just felt like taking a break from all the urban live streaming. We'll just walk along this barren stretch of Young for some reason. Hello, Philippicky. Lisa's sure I'll find something. Yesterday, I ordered KFC off their app. I got a whole meal delivered to me with leaving a $3 tip for under 15 bucks. Whole meal minus the drink. You can hear swooshing of what, my coat? I don't think there would be swooshing. Jeanette, gotta drive. All right, have a safe trip. Thanks for your super chat earlier. Drive safe, Jeanette. And you can see those flashing lights at what apparently is a crash on the 401. John Burke says Popeye's chicken. There's an idea for tonight. RNJ says, good to see me. Congrats on TikTok. Congrats on opening an account. I had one video blow up. 3 videos, not so much. All right, good luck with that restaurant, Rainful. And we can see the CN Tower way off in the center of the screen. Which is the best value? Chick-fil-A, KFC, or Popeyes? If you got coupons, I would say KFC or Popeyes, depending on the coupon. For delivery, it's easily KFC. I have never been to Chick-fil-A. When they start opening on Sundays, I'll give them a chance. How's that? I think there's a Swiss Chalet coming up on the left here. I'll get some Korean or Portuguese fried chicken instead. Didn't Toronto have a nickname of Hogtown? Yeah, there's an area called the Stockyards, which is where Hogtown primarily is derived from. That's up at the north end of the Junction neighborhood, which was conveniently located by several train routes. A lot of the old industry in the city tends to be centered around train lines. But we don't have much of a slaughterhouse industry anymore. Hogtown because of all the road hogs. Hey, there's that Swiss chalet on the left. And look at this, we found a Christmas tree. And that Swiss chalet is empty. I don't think there's a restaurant that has suffered more from inflation and shrinkflation than KFC. It is rather sad to see it today as to what it used to be. And the job I quit when I decided to go all in on YouTube was in that building across the street there. The Young Corporate Center. 21st Century contribution to dinner. Enjoy and thanks for the live stream tonight. Thank you, 21st Century, for your £5 towards dinner. I've still got a ways to go before we get back to civilization, where I'll be able to find a restaurant. Kinton Ramen used to have a deal where you could get a bowl of ramen and a pint of Sapporo for like 16 bucks. That sounds about perfect on a night like this. I think it was mostly pigs, that's why Hogtown. RJ says, when you have time, please check out Facebook Reels, another monetization. Oh, I'm fine. I don't need to sign up to the Facebook empire. I'm on YouTube twice, Instagram and TikTok. I think I'm spread thin enough. Jennifer Gallus says inflation will hit hard in January after the holidays. Well, the Weston family promised no price increases at no frills for the rest of the year. But hey, all bets are off on January 1st. A long time ago, I did, on one of my earlier live streams, I did what we called the tunnel run. And that tunnel is right there across the street, if you remember those days. Crispy says fake inflation, Loblaw says record profits. Yeah, a lot of the big supermarket chains are boasting really high profits. Or rather, they're trying to hide it, I guess. But it's public information. Wow. The cost of living has spiraled out of control. And we've made it to the York Mill Center. There's a food court in here. It's probably all closed by now. There's a Freshie and a Tim's and a whole bunch of places up on the second floor. And we have made it to York Mills. And I'm going to take my glove off. There's going to be some condos going in on that corner. So that is Wilson Avenue. And you could follow that all the way over to Wilson Station, just north of Yorkdale Mall. And at Bathurst on Wilson, you'll be in Little Manila. And that way is York Mills Road. And there's a very affluent mansion-filled neighborhood just beyond that gas station called Hogs Hollow. Are they taking my building down for a condo? No, but they're trying to squeeze two condos on either side of my building. And we're about to head over the western tributary of the Don River. Is the Jolly Miller still around? We're about to go past it, Chris Mills. I say about, but eventually we'll go past it. And we can't really see the river much from here. So I started well north of those tall towers way off in the distance. I believe you're correct, Sanjay. I don't know if it works like that, Devin. But here's a hill that terrifies cyclists. At least mortal ones. And we're going to go straight up it and pop out into Yonge and Lawrence. Falcom Scott in the house. Hello, Falcom. What's the price of a gallon of gas in Toronto? I don't know. I can't see the gas station behind me, and I don't know what the heck a gallon is. Are we going to Swiss Chalet? I don't think so, Susan. Here's one of the oldest taverns in the city. The Miller Tavern. Hello from Brazil. It's really quite a beautiful old building. Very, very well preserved. And I have never been there. Maybe that's something I'll have to look into. Do I use vidIQ? No, I don't. I don't use any of those plugins. TubeBuddy, vidIQ. Once you get to a certain size, all that stuff means nothing. What's my step count? Let me see, what are we at? Probably not that much. 12,792. Pretty low step count so far. I basically didn't leave the house until just before I recorded a video in this stream. Alright, now we begin an uphill march, but on the other side will be something resembling civilization. Tavern, pub, interchangeable terms. I think that's a seniors living center across the street. Not very well located on this big hill, but got a nice Christmas tree in front of it. I'm getting my workout tonight. All right, Lisa, have a good one. Tuning out before we rejoin civilization. Covered a pretty good chunk of the hill so far. I'd say about a third of it. But the march must continue. I'm going to live forever with this walking exercise. I don't know about that. I wonder if you took me and the two Kens, and throw in all the other walking channel hosts as well and said, start walking and get as far as you can before your body completely fails. Who would get the furthest? I still think Action Kid is more of a cyborg. I don't think his body would actually break down. Give us like a Gatorade And some Cliff Bars and that sort of thing to keep us going on the way. So it's not a matter of who dies of starvation or thirst first. Or I guess you don't die of thirst, you die of dehydration. I wouldn't bet against Action Kid. Of course, Ken would show up with his chucks on. Jenny K says, Ken C is a machine. He would outlast us all. Robert says, AK would defeat you all easily. I don't know. One thing about me and Toronto Ken is we move a lot quicker than him in our videos and our streams. It's just a different style of recording, but I wonder if we all walked at the same pace, how that would turn out. Ken walked from Toronto to Newmarket. Hey, I once walked from Kongnam Station to Hongdae Station before a night of drinking. That's not quite as crazy as Newmarket to Toronto. WC circled Manhattan. I do not know who WC is. All right. The long walk through the vast expanse of nothing is yielding its reward. So there's still a Starbucks there, but apparently all the Indigos are replacing Starbucks with a Canadian coffee chain. Ali BHG says, walking commuter. When I get to like sort of a longer, less interesting stretch, like the one I just covered, I kind of instinctually start moving my legs a lot quicker. But there is what I just marched up. I look south, down Hogs Hill and Yonge Street. Yonge and Shepherd way off in the distance. We started at Mel Lastman Square, if you're wondering, and just tuning in. Maybe I'll cross over to the other side of the street. That way we don't have headlights glaring into the camera lens here. Is that a verb, glaring? Oh no, I crossed from a good dinner candidate spot. Hey, 200 yen through Super Chat, name I cannot pronounce. Thank you. Thank you very much for the 200 Japanese yen. Arigato. Is that right? Do you think for someone who's been to Japan a dozen times, I'd have a little firmer grasp on the basics? Going out for a spin with the keyboard on his back. neat looking barber shop there. He's got a keyboard but no mouse. Alright, if I wasn't risking ridicule by everyone watching, I think that new Spicy McCrispy across the street has my name on it. On my recent 10-day trip to Thailand, I only went to McDonald's once during the trip, and twice at an airport actually on the way back, so 3 times in total. I racked up one at Suvarnabhumi, and then I went to McDonald's at Taiwan airport. The liquor store completely empty tonight. Some people are suggesting chicken. Oh, there's the Burgers Priest across the street. And that used to be a place called the Burger Cellar. That was a pandemic restriction victim. The Japanese guy name is Ryama Kanada. I think I translated that once, but I wasn't sure if it was correct. There's a toy shop. A lot of parents going shopping on behalf of Santa at that place, I bet. So if you're tuning in and you're wondering where the heck all the people are, this is a relatively low density neighborhood. It's a little higher in affluence, lower in density. It's not really a destination neighborhood. It does have a subway at Lawrence Station, but pretty much beyond Yonge Street here on either side are mostly just single family homes. So it's always a bit on the quiet side, similar to Mount Pleasant Village and Bayview Leaside. And the stretch on Avenue, which is over to the west of here. It's not till you get to closer to Yonge and Eglinton that things pick up. It is what it is. But considering we're on a major artery here, and there's a subway, and just in either direction there's all these low density homes, I think the obvious answer is to build some medium density buildings and intensify smartly. Tandem Studios. Greetings, Estelle, all the way from Australia. That Dollarama used to be a PJ's Pets. And there's a popular spot, not open. Sleepy enough that it's 6:46 and a lot of these places don't even bother to stay open, although I guess a comic book retailer wouldn't really have crazy hours. Hey, there's a Subway. Someone sent me a DM on Insta saying, hey, instead of a super chat, how about I order you some Uber Eats sometime? And I was like, that's interesting. And then I was like, wait a minute, then I have to give you my like address and probably my phone number. I politely declined. Hello, Chris Beck. Like, nice gesture, but not sure that's such a smart thing for me to take up. Bevel says Paradise is one of their go-to comic book shops. Hey, the best places to get fruit are always these places. They always seem to have better stuff than the supermarkets at a lower cost. If I'm ever buying anything other than just bananas, I try to stop in. There's a couple of them near Yonge and Eglinton. Calvin Williams is here. Hello. Get an Uber gift card from them. There's an idea. Lime, Dim Sum Queen, the original San Francisco Italian sandwiches. Yeah, I went through my Insta DMs the other day for like the first time in 2-3 weeks. There's about 400 I didn't respond to. Sorry about that. I just can't really stay on top of that sort of thing. Tito says, Johnny, you go Uber Eats. There's the Calm and Balanced Canine Center. So I guess the liveliest time to see this neighborhood would be on like a Saturday afternoon when everything's open. Joy Thai, noon. I don't know, Ali, I might have been guesstimating, but it certainly felt like that much. Miami Fades, where you can go get like a $70 haircut. The guy I got my underground haircut back when everything was closed and we were all growing disgusting hair. So during the pandemic, I found a guy online who worked at Miami Fades. And we met up and I paid him cash for a haircut and he did a phenomenal job. Hey, trees. Devin says underground haircut. That was the world we were living in. If you wanted a haircut, you had to get a little creative to find one. But whatever, they were shut out of working. I needed a haircut. I saw it as mutually beneficial. Drive lane closed to all deliveries and customers. So we've got a supermarket here on the right, a tiny metro. And there's what's essentially a Loblaws coming up, a city market. And the biggest mystery on earth, how do mattress stores stay in business? I think I looked into that and even talked about it on the stream once. The answer is their margins are huge. With such big markups, they just need to sell 1 or 2 mattresses a day to keep the whole ship afloat. John says, where do I live? I'm probably just going to walk there from here. I live south towards Yonge and Eglinton. I didn't think I was going to get this far on the stream, but hey, here we are. They need to put the word independent in quotes on the supermarket. It says Independent City Market. Basically, if my understanding is correct, these are like franchises. Usually old store managers get a franchise, similar to when you see a No Frills with someone's name on it. So Loblaws gets to have a store. They get to have all their items in there, but what they don't get, which is what they want, is no union employees. So it's a clever way to skirt having to pay out benefits and higher hourly wages. I bought an iPhone used once in that parking lot across the street there. That guy was taking an unusual interest in me. All right, so we are at Lawrence. Maybe I'll stay on this side. It might be a bit more interesting. Have I been to the Caribbean? Yes. I was in Playa del Carmen recently. Does that count as the Caribbean? The last time before that was in Cuba. I think about 7 years before that. And a few other trips before that that were very long. Very long ago. Why am me English no good? Alright, so we're going to go north, or south here rather. Continue going south. What am I talking about? I think there's still some residual effects from all the edibles I took yesterday. Hey, this place offers naval therapy, pain relief. Jade Wellness Spa and Clinic. That used to be a Starbucks on the right. DM says bed bugs in those apartments. I think there's still a website where you can go to if you're looking at prospective apartments. And you can see if there's any reports of bed bugs there or not. This place on the right always reminds me of like a Greek restaurant. The Alexander Muir Gardens are across the street on the left. Come on, church. Where's your Christmas spirit? So we have another much smaller dead patch on Yonge Street here. So that person I just passed, I glanced over and they were watching YouTube. Speaking of which, thanks for tuning in. This is the one time I'll mention it on stream, but please go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more, if you haven't already. And thumbs up or thumbs down. And you can also find short clips going up on TikTok under the same name. Or maybe I should have been on that side of the street. Some Xmas decorations going on. Any more media coverage? Media coverage on what? You're welcome, Brad Palmer. Jenny K draws the line at TikTok. I said I was never going to buy an Apple product, yet here I am streaming with an Apple iPhone. I said I was never going to do vertical video or TikTok, and here I am. The moral of the story is I'm a sellout, folks. As I stream to you on my Rogers and Bell accounts to other companies I said I was never going to give money to. Oh, isn't life just crushing? Oh, 30 records of walking videos I had last year? I don't think so. People are going to be like, so what did you do tonight? Oh, I went up to Finch Station, then I walked down to Shepherd, then I went back up to the North York Centre, then I walked down to Yonge and Eglinton. You know, your normal night. There really should be a subway between Lawrence and Eglinton. It's weird because on the west side there is at Glencairn. That's literally in a really low density old suburb. Over here on Yonge Street, there's an enormous gap between Eglinton and Lawrence. The sign of the skier. I thought Head was more of a tennis company. I think my gloves are from a ski brand. There we go. It looks like a disco show going on in that nursery over there. So whatever happened to vaccines, people got sick and tired of talking about them. I'm just glad we can have streams where that topic doesn't come up anymore. I have rented a car over the holidays from Avis, but not that Avis. Are we getting a New Year's Eve show this year? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, see, this is Glencairn. And if you were to keep going that way, over at Marley, nice, you would find a subway station. But for whatever reason, they didn't build one where it's much more needed. So those tall towers straight ahead are the intersection of Yonge and Eglinton. To walk to the CN Tower, this will take me 2 hours from here? No. I could do that well under 2 hours. I've done live streams from this area where I ended up at First Canadian Place and even Union Station once, and I kind of dilly-dallied and went slow, and that only took an hour and a half. So I think if you walk at a good pace, you could easily get to the tower in well under 2 hours. Gertej says Stridesland. There's C'est Bon, a good Chinese restaurant, but right next to it is my Domino's. Whenever I order, that's where it comes from. Part of me feels like getting that tonight, but I'm already out. I might as well pick up some food as soon as I'm done recording this. All right, Devin, have a good night. I think this used to be a Gap. I might have to check out on Google Street View and turn time back on that one. Hey, someone just subscribed. Thank you. Let me see. What's the sub count at? 83,088. So close to 83.1. Yeah, I see some holiday lights. How do I feel about Toria as mayor again? Pretty milquetoast. I'm disappointed that a superior candidate ran and didn't get much traction. We'll just leave it at that. I also kicked myself for not bringing more attention to that. I had a platform to do that a bit. Not that this is a political channel, but the future of this city, I think, is an important one. Hey, we have a bougie Club Monaco. Remember when Club Monaco used to be kind of accessible and affordable? It was kind of right next to Gap, and everyone had those purple Club Monaco sweaters.
People have a bit more time.
Novell was mad when Jennifer Keesmaat didn't win. Yeah, I voted for Jennifer. I voted for Gil. Hey, someone else just subscribed. Sweet. Oh, sorry, this is... I think this used to be Gap Kids. Retail for lease. Coming soon, the Johnny Strides merch store. It's the least viable business opportunity of all time. Invest today. Party shop, looking all colorful. Thank you, Daphne. We just had to walk a very long stretch of nothingness between Shepherd and Lawrence. They have guy stuff in there? It never even occurred to me that they might sell guy stuff. It's probably expensive. Oh, look at this. Peter says, interesting how I'm quicker on computer than TV. The lag depends on when you connect. There's a bunch of random factors, but sometimes one will be ahead of the other depending on your devices. I notice that during my morning premiere sometimes. If I put it on the big screen TV, when I want to chat on my laptop, they could be 6-7 seconds apart. I'm thinking the sidewalk just kind of ends up here. Yeah, look at this. Did I miss the memo? I did. I have been defeated by not paying attention. In no way my 42-year-old ass is gonna circumvent that. Okay, I suppose this is what I'm supposed to do. Whew. I found my car. I forgot where I parked it the other night. That really looks nice in matte.
To the subway.
Estelle, it is. Not mine. Neat little produce mart. Oh, iPhone. We are down to 20% battery. It's all good. This used to be my hair salon. Way back when on the left. Now it's called Goa. Now let's get back over to the west side of Yonge Street. Black toe running, that's new. That gives you some weird mental images, black toe. There's Chibo. Excellent ramen over there at Tuanboku, although I went to a place called Ryu's Noodle Shop, or Noodle Bar, the other night, and it was hands down the best ramen I've had in the city. I think I'll put a picture of that up on Instagram in the not too distant future. Lawrence's Korean hair salon. It wasn't. It used to be called Salon Afif, but it closed down and reopened as Goa. And the Home Appliances food truck is not here tonight. Just up here on the left is a Jollibee, and this is the part where I ask myself, do you do it? Do you go to Jollibee? And I know before you even think about it, the answer is no. I appreciated the heck out of Jollibee in the Philippines because it was so cheap. But frankly, it wasn't very good. Here, it's not cheap, and it's still not very good. And I'm very spiteful of this place because last time I went there, I ordered a chicken sandwich combo, and I got home and there was just French fries in the bag. I just assumed it was all in there. Thanks. Yonge and Eglinton Jollibee. There's some public courts, the fairgrounds. I wish I could put polls up as I'm walking. Would you eat at Jollibee? I wonder what the responses would be. And we are here at Stock Bar, the old Postal Station K, just north of Yonge and Eglinton. There's some Banh Mi boys across the street. There's an option. Sorry, I haven't seen the chat in a few minutes. Clayton Crawford. Thank you, Clayton Crawford, for becoming a member once more. Thanks for your support, Clayton. Clayton is a very creative writer. All right. I think we are at the end of the line, folks. So we started up at the North York Center, and I walked south all the way to Yonge and Eglinton. I'm gonna pick myself up a meal, and I'm kind of thinking about Chipotle, which is right down the street. Chipotle might be the answer. I want to thank our mods for their good work. Thanks to everyone else for tuning in. Thanks to our channel members, Patreon supporters. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out if you haven't. Hit the like button, all that fun stuff. Go find me on TikTok at Johnny Strides. But I need to find some food and then go home, edit a video, and watch some football and hope that my team hangs on and wins today and secures a playoff spot. Anyways, thank you very much, guys. Stay warm, stay safe. Let me switch this to a better camera angle. There we go. Get more of the buildings in the shot. And you're welcome, Mark Lang. And I will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST with a premiere. Come by if you want to come by and say hi. I'm just rambling here. Have a good night, folks.